All right, Brian from Garage Mahal. Today we are working on a 2006 Jeep Liberty. And if you haven't guessed, we are replacing a muffler. Primarily because the vehicle went to inspection and it failed because it had some cracks up here. And you can kind of see the exhaust drip. But mainly that one is pretty bad. So anyway, to pass inspection, we have to basically take it out, put a new one in. Okay, these bolts don't even bother. I've all my experiences with these, you just cut them out. So let me get some hearing protection and we will cut through that right away. Let me get some gloves on. Okay. And basically, you're going to saw right through these. So I'm using this DeWalt DC369, so it makes pretty fast work of this. Alright, so that one's done. Get on this side. Alright, so obviously there is a broken bracket up here that I must have missed. Oh yeah, okay. So it's broken. So we'll fix that as we go on. And it looks like it completely popped out of this little bushing right there, but that's okay. So let's move this new muffler out of the way. And we are going to cut it right here. So you'll see where that pipe expands. We're going to cut it right there. See if we can get a better angle on this. I guess we have to take the whole thing down now that she broke down. And I gotta be honest with you, I was not honestly expecting that to break off like that. Alright, we got that a little bit better of a position. So I'm going to cut through this. So you got that little bit of a wider part, so we're going to saw right through there. Alright, a little bit of metal. Alright, so basically that's cut out, and we got this exhaust piece that's hanging. So we're actually going to kind of mount this back in, because we are going to want to use this to find out exactly where we're going to put that pipe. Alright, so while I have this down, we are going to kind of size up how this is going to fit in here. So it looks like it's going to angle this way. So we can kind of know exactly how we're going to expand this pipe out for the weld. So you can kind of see that's been expanded pretty good. So I'm going to use a pipe expander. I'm actually going to expand this section of pipe. On the muffler. All right, this is put this little I just want to see how far in we're going to get. So we'll get this started expanding. Alright, so normally you would use a pipe expander, but as I just found out, this broke on me last time, so these threads are basically shot on that thing. But in a pinch, you can use a wrench, and then you're basically just kind of peeling out the edges. You gotta go all the way around. I know it's not the best way to do this, but when you're in a pinch, you don't have the tools, you get kind of creative with what you got. I've actually done this a few times before, and it works. You just go all the way around, like twice. I got a really good flare bend on it. So there you go. That's your quick little flare. And not exactly enough. So all right, so here we got the two pieces. And I discovered that my tailpipe flare tool, the threads are shot on that, so that's useless. And I was thinking about making a butt weld and trying to get it closer to the diameters to match up, but that just wasn't working. So what I discovered is I got a piece of pipe that I'm actually going to put inside both sections here, like that, and then I'm going to just weld around it. So I'll make a better, tighter weld, and help with the vibration since that bracket is broken on it. So I'm just going to fix everything here a little bit, and I think I can bend this all back down. Now that I bent it up, I'm going to bend it back down. Tailpipe over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this section a little bit longer. And we're going to cut it right about, I think about here is going to be good. Yeah, right there. So, all right. Get this piece kind of back up into place. Get it up over real well. Alright, and that's where that goes. That's going to be a matter of Alright, so let's get a bungee cord to kind of aid in this whole piece. Alright, I guess we can probably use part of the jive shaft. Hook here. Slide this in. So that goes there. Get this piece here and kind of let it all hang there for a quick second. I'm going to put a little muffler paste on that. This will make a really good seam. And this is that iron reinforced muffler cement. A good squeeze. It's like putting around this pressure fit just to make sure everything sits in there good and tight. Alright, that's enough of that. Like I said, love this stuff. Alright, and I've got 2 replacement nuts to go up here and help hold that all in place while we weld. And we are going to tighten that in right now. Now it's a 17 millimeter, if I remember correctly. Flip back and forth. Now, with these, I just ran down to my local hardware store to get replacement bolts. I mean, rather, the replacement nuts. Actually pretty tight so we don't have any leaks. Okay, all right, so we're good and tight there. Now, one thing I forgot to do was to disconnect the battery. So we're going to drop this down and disconnect the battery. Alright, so now let's get this all lined up. better. So we need that little bit of a twist. I'm going to use a clamp to kind of hold that into place so we can get a nice little tack weld on it. Alright, so we're going to hold it in position. So we're going to hold the C-clamp there so we got the right angle on it. So, getting this back in position. And we're going to line this up here. All right. Now it's going to be basically welding these two pieces together. Now we've got the battery connected. We should be able to tack weld it pretty good. And I like using my Lincoln welder. here, so we get a good weld through the whole thing. And this is where I stop this camera and I go to the other camera so you guys can kind of see the weld, because I think with my welding helmet is going to block. Yeah, that might actually work. Alright, so let's see. Get a little more light on this. Alright, so I got some pretty good. I can actually see what this is. Alright, so I'm going to see if I can actually weld with this camera on. Hopefully you'll see it. Welding gloves on. Alright, so that was probably a perfect video on how not to weld. But just kind of giving you the idea that I am an ugly, ugly, ugly welder. And as you can tell, I missed a spot up here, so I'm going to go back over that. But overall, I think we are kind of well sealed. So that's pretty good. And then, like I said, I'll use some cement, and that covers up a multi. Well, let me fix that. And I like going over the welds with a Dremel afterwards, just because I'm a terrible welder. And this will kind of let you see any spots that might need a little more better welding. Alright, so we got that sealed nice and good. We got that in there pretty good. Like I said, it's not the prettiest of welds, but it will do. And that Lincoln welder, I think that was like $250 from online. I also have the little Chicago welder, which is like those $100 specials. But either way, I mean, you can weld and get this job done relatively inexpensively, and then you always have a welder sitting around the house. But so I think we're good there. I'm gonna look at this support up here, but I don't know. That was like really curled around. Might be able to put that little support right there. So we're gonna weld that up. But other than that, that is Brian from Garage Hall. Thanks for watching, and be safe out there. Have a great day.